Hey everybody, I am finally getting around to doing this video about how to choose a hostel. Everybody's been asking me about this, so I decided to, I finally got the software, I got my computer back, as you guys can see from this spiffy, clean desktop. And yeah, I'm good to go, ready to get back into these YouTube videos for you all. So, we're going to start with the global standard HostelWorld. HostelWorld is the #1 place to find a hostel anywhere in the world. They used to have competition called Hostel Bookers, but in 2013, excuse me, HostelWorld bought Hostel Bookers. So, I always start right here. Start right here on your front page, of course, and go up here to the right. And this is where you choose your currency. So, it's pretty much any currency in the world. You know, U.S. dollars, Singaporean dollars, yeah, Malay, yeah, right here. So I'll just go with Euro, make it easier for everybody. And then your language is right next to it, English, but they don't have that many options for language. But those are all relatively universal. And here is where you would pick your profile. And I advise everybody to get a profile so you can actually do reviews. So let's say that I'm going to Budapest, which is one of my favorite cities, and I think it actually has the world's best hostels. And I'll pick a weekend because I'm relatively sure there's not going to be much on the weekends. All right, there we go. Search. All right. So this is for a weekend in Budapest. And during high season, which is right now, basically, June is May 27th, I'm recording this. So high season is actually going to be starting this weekend. And notice these numbers. 9.0, 8.6, 8.9, 9.5, 8.9. You can guess that these are their rankings. And 10 obviously being the highest. Any hostel that you see that has a 9.5 or higher, you definitely want to keep a look at it. Not because it's probably the greatest hostel ever, only because you want to look at this little number right here. These are the comments, or reviews rather. Now, if a place has 10, like 9.5 and up, and has 10 reviews, it's a good chance that the place has been planted, or it's new. Some of those reviews may be fake. But here, you can see that these are all a diverse group of reviewers. You see that? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Alright, so let's go back. And I'll get into reviews a little bit later. So, whenever I look for a hostel, personally, I refuse to stay in a place that's less than 8.0 anywhere in the world. I don't care what the reason is, I just won't stay there. I'll get a hotel. Hostels that are below 8.0, in my experience, are absolutely terrible. 8.5 is the standard. That should be the very base, and a really good hostel is going to be 9 or better. Alright. So I've actually stayed at Wombats Avenue. I've stayed at the Hive. I've stayed at Adagio, Unity. Yep, I've stayed at most at Home Plus. Yeah, Home Plus is actually pretty good. So let's say we'll go to, actually, let me show you guys one of my favorite hostels. Let's go Maverick. And the reason I'm showing you guys Maverick City Lodge, it didn't pop up because there's probably no vacancies likely. Is for that exact reason. So sometimes you'll look at a hostel and then you'll go here. Whoops, there's no availability. Okay, so let's switch the dates up. Let's say, okay, the 10th to the 12th. One guest search. And I hope it does what I wanted to do. Right here. This is exactly what I wanted to see. As a male, I can't stay here. Standard 6-bed female dorm. So some hostels around the world have female-only dorms, which I've always thought was kind of bullshit. But yeah, it's just unfortunately reality. You will see like, oh, they have rooms for €10, but you click and go, then you'll find out that it's only a female dorm. So keep an eye on this, and don't just assume that there's a vacancy for you. Let's see. Budapest is one of those places that fills up on the weekends. If it's a weekend, you can almost forget it unless you book weeks in advance. So let's look otherwise. Sunday. And like I said, ding, 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 there you go. All right. So Maverick City Lodge is high season, and some hostels act like hotels. They'll raise their rates based on the day of the week, and they'll raise their rates on the time of year as well. Some hostels don't do that, which are the ones I actually love, and I make sure I patronize more because I've always found this to be bullshit, taking advantage of backpackers. So one bed here, and then you can look here. This is 19% deposit, which is fucking ridiculous. Like, you don't, but honestly, if it's above 12%, which is the standard, let me go to HostelWorld, which should be the standard. I try to personally stay away from the place unless I know for a fact that that money is going to be coming out of what I pay. Some hostels, they literally take a deposit / down payment, and they take it out of what your overall trip is. Look at this. Here's the breakdown. So 18 euro, 19 euro, 18.5 euro. The grand total is 37. So that 7.03 euro is supposed to come out of this 37 euro. About half the hostels in the world don't do this. They say some bullshit when you arrive, like, oh, that was just to hold your place, or that actually goes to HostelWorld. It is complete bullshit. That is supposed to come out of this. So if a hostel pulls that on me, I don't stay there. Flat out, because they're full of shit. They're lying. One thing that you do have to pay upon arrival is this here. Please note that 3.4% city tax is not included in our rates. So that 3.4% city tax actually comes out of, it goes to the city. So you actually have to pay that directly. Rome is really bad for this. Hold on, let me look at, let's see. Rome, Lazio. Rome is really clear. It's not a percentage. It's a flat fee, and I can't remember. And I was just in Rome last month. I can't remember. I want to say it's €3 a day. And it's different in Pisa. Pisa was like €1, I believe it was. And some places actually specifically list, like, look, we don't have the tax. Oh, there it is, right there. They do have it. Right here. Right here. Occupancy tourist tax 3.5 euro per person per night is not included. So look at this price and add, or no, look at this price and add 3.5 euro to that every single day. So 3 days, 3, 6, 9, 10 and a half euro for 3 days extra just for a city tax. Not every city does this, but some do. All right. So hypothetically, say I want to go ahead and book this room. 1, 2. Good to go. Pay that, then you pay the deposit, and then you come down here. So you have non-flexible booking, and you have standard flexible booking. So non-flexible booking is flat out, you pay that deposit, and if you don't show up, they're going to keep the deposit and likely charge you one day. If you use flexible booking, say you're hungover, you miss your train, you can't make it, you get to keep this and go towards another. It becomes a credit on your account, and you can put it towards another reservation. Brain freeze for a second. All right. So let me get down to brass tacks here. Exactly what I want to show you guys. So I'll use Budapest. I'll keep Budapest as an example because it's a city I know very, very well. And let's actually go way down the line. Let's say middle of the week in July. There should be plenty of vacancies that time. So the first thing that I want to know about is, once I figure out, okay, the number, I was like, okay, this place has 2,500 reviews. It's listed at a 9.5. It should be pretty good. So I'm going to say, oh, that's crazy. I'm not even looking at this place. So I'll go here. I'm like, okay, it's 18 euro. 19.9 euro, 19, and I'm like, what's my budget? What's my budget? So let's say my budget is 15 euro, which is the European average. So I'm like, okay, this is okay. Let me go. Wombats is at 17 euro. Avenue is at 23 euro, which is bizarre. I've stayed at Avenue and I've never seen that price that high. Hive is at 18 euro. the party hostel. We'll talk about that in a second. So let's go down to Wombats. Pick Wombats. I like Wombats. And again, Wombats is a pretty decent hostel. So I'll come here and I'll look directly at the numbers. Value for money 9.1, security 9.1. If security is below a 8 or 8 point, like a 8.5, don't stay there. Do not stay in a place that has a low security rating. Location 9.7, staff 8.9, atmosphere, etc., etc. A low atmosphere means there's not a lot of partying going on. So usually, if a place has like a 7 atmosphere, that means it's just a real quiet, chill, laid-back place. And cleanliness, I've seen places with really low cleanliness ratings, but when I went there, it was fine. So what a lot of time happens, backpacking culture is fucking dirty. Like a lot of backpackers are disgusting. So somebody will check into a room. The room is just filthy because of the backpackers that are there. Their clothes are everywhere, dirty laundry. It stinks because people aren't taking showers. They'll leave a review and mark down on the cleanliness. It didn't have anything to do with the hostel, but it got dinged for it anyway. So I always come here after I see the room and I'm like, okay, good. I'll take an 8-bag mix. I'll come here and I'll take a look at all the pictures. Now pictures can lie, but they're relatively close. Like that's a pretty cool hostel. But I'm looking for the beds. Like a lot of places try to fool you and trick you and just all these pictures. That's all lobby shit. It's all common area stuff. Now here's the rooms. So I'm looking at the beds and I'm always looking for outlets. Do we have outlets in the rooms? Yes, we have outlets. Do we have privacy on the beds? But no, for this in particular one, there's no privacy, but they have the cool outlets on the bed and the lights, which is a plus. That's likely from a private room, and this is the bathroom. And I always look to see how clean the bathroom is and how it's set up. So it's definitely one of those private bathrooms. It's pretty good. And the bathroom is connected to the room. So it's not every room has its own bathroom, so it's not a one big common bathroom, which is a huge bonus. Huge bonus. Wombats is a good location. I actually know I know Wombats. I stayed at Wombats before, so I actually know exactly where it is. And it has a phenomenal location. Phenomenal. Alright, so pictures are done. So then I come here and I look and see if they have the directions listed to get there from the airport or train station. And it's sometimes going to be down here. Nope. So you go to map. There you go. Property directions. Now, almost all hostels now, especially in Europe, have these directions, these property directions here. But some of them are fucking terrible. Like, they suck at giving directions, specifically because a lot of people working at these hostels aren't native English speakers. So, and they're local. So their directions usually are based on a broken English locals vernacular, which can be really confusing. So from here, you look here, okay, say I'm flying in from the airport. Take bus 200E to the final stop, Komiana Kispet, then Metro Line 3 in this direction, get off at Dag Fahrenheit, take the exit to Corrali, turn left to Corrali, from here walk down the street 300 meters. I'm not a fan of this. I probably would have gotten confused. I also like this. A taxi will take you here from around 7,000 about 23 euro. So I actually really like that they actually they add this in also. Important for public transportation, you need a ticket each time you get a bus and a tram. This is great additional information. So you definitely want to look for stuff like this. And the map. So you want to go here and figure out what you want to see. Now most Google Maps have the M's now. Well, for Budapest it has the M's. For Bangkok it's like a BTS, whatever the local transportation system is. And you want to zoom in and see where it is in proximity to a metro. Now, okay, it's not bad. I happen to know that Corrali is one of the most important streets in the city and where I want to partay. So part of it is knowing where you want to go in the city, what you want to see, what you want to do when you pick your hostel. That is a very good point, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to get a hostel that is over here. This is the Buddha side of the city, and they do have hostels over here, but it's on the exact opposite side of where everything that you really want to see in the city is. All right, so that's when it comes to location. Also, if it says a party hostel, it's likely going to be somewhere near a bar street. Almost all party hostels are near bar streets. So let's take a look at the reviews. So you come here and check out the reviews. Now, let me be honest. I am 33. I still stay in hostels. But my taste as a 33-year-old traveler is going to be totally different than an 18 or 19-year-old traveler. So personally, I don't like dirt or filth or crowded rooms. So like 8 beds are about as high as I would go voluntarily. Like I would stay in a 10, 15 bed if I needed to. But an 8 bed is as high as I'll go. Cleanliness is a big deal. Like I said before, security is a big deal. I know a lot of backpackers don't care about security for some weird reason, but security is a massive thing for me. So I'll take a look at these reviews, and I'm looking at this one. Look at the very first one, which is the most recent review. Left 4 days ago. Good hostel and staff, but a little bit expensive, and the bathroom in the common area is disgusting. It's a common area, bro. So value for money 6, but everything else gets 10. You see how weird it could be? Like, I don't know. And again, this guy's expensive may not be my expensive. Like €15 for a hostel is about what it should cost. Anything too much higher than that is just kind of a bit outrageous. So here, excellent hostel right at the corner of the center of Budapest. Location is perfect for exploring the main attractions of the city and also getting to and from the airport. Staff was very friendly, and the place looked nice and trendy. There was also a bar downstairs, and they gave me a free voucher for a free drink. I have no complaints at all. I highly recommend it. This is a really good review. This is a really good review. It broke down pretty much everything you need to know. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And also, this is something else. Like, having stayed at this hostel, I think this is a really good point about the atmosphere, because it's a great party atmosphere, but it's not really a good social atmosphere, unless you're drinking. This got a full 10. Great hostel-friendly staff, laundry facilities, bar, and Wi-Fi on site. They helped our group book a beer bike tour or leave our luggage for the day. Check at no charge. Again, leaving your luggage at a hostel should not cost you anything. It's bullshit if it does. About a 30-minute walk from a train station. Yes, it is. A lot of cool sites like Parliament and business walking distance. Budapest is one of those cities that you can actually walk quite a bit. It's a very, very walkable city. So this is a very good review. And giving it all 10, so I gotta respect that if you had a good time. So as you can see, these are good reviews. Now these are the ones you want to look for. The lower reviews. All right, she's for New Zealander, 18, novice nomad. Let's see, big chain hostel does the basic stuff you need. Pricier than other option, but is a guaranteed standard, and the location is perfect. Having said that, though, not the cleanest place, probably because it's too big to clean regularly. Bullshit. Staff are friendly, approachable, etc., etc. Cleanliness, a 6 for cleanliness is bullshit for this place. I've been there several times. I've seen it. That's really, really low. Atmosphere, meh, I get that. Again, I mean, atmosphere. But these are subjective. These are very, very subjective things. Location isn't really that subjective of a thing in a place like Budapest. So again, you gotta look at these things. You gotta look at the reviews to figure out, like, oh, okay, I feel what this person is saying. And I usually like to go back about a month. A hostel in Europe in June is going to be very different than a hostel in Europe in, say, March. 2 very different seasons. Staffs are usually different. The tempo of which they have to work is different. So keep that in mind. And again, these are pretty good, but look at this. Reception staff weren't friendly. In fact, it seemed like they hated their job. They work at a fucking hostel, dude, and deal with people like you, bro. Very tense and responses. Very terse, excuse me. Our rooms, bathrooms became a mess after the second day without cleaning. Pub crawl invitations felt incredible forced. How's that forced? And you know what? I didn't notice this. I appreciate the fact that they replied. Look at this. Just to make it clear, We have a bar in a hostel, and it would be more beneficial for us not to advertise the pub crawls and to keep our guests in a bar. But we also understand that many people come to Budapest and enjoy the one on one. The cleaners have the rooms clean every day. We are not sure what happened our next time. Please let us know the first day so we can take care of it immediately. See, this is exactly what I appreciate about some hostels is they not only do they take the time to respond to even the positives, look, they respond to everything. Everything. And as I said, if you have a problem after the first day, then, which I'll be bringing up in another video, then mention it. Okay? Alright, so that's everything on location and picking one and taking a look at the reviews. Let's see. Oh, there's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys before I went away. And actually, let me switch over to a relatively cheaper place. Bangkok. Bangkok. There we go. So Bangkok is way cheaper than Europe for several reasons during this time of year. So look, the average here is about €10. While we just looked at it was about 18, but it looked like it was like 17 or 18. Here you have 8.7 euro, 9 euro, 8 euro, and for really good hostels. I mean, Bangkok got some really good. Every day is actually really good. I liked every day a lot. Ooh, yeah, price went down. Nice. All right, so here's something that a lot of places pull. And I don't know if Smile Society does this. So say you're traveling with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you guys want a little bit of privacy. So you go here. It's like, oh, I want a room. And let me change the search on this. This is actually one of my big pet peeves is how hostels do private bookings. I mean, private room bookings. It's utter bullshit. Let's say we're going to check out for, say, 2 people. So this is why I feel like it's not worth staying in privates. So Loop D. So you come down here and say for one night, we would like a private room. All right. This one is 28, which is cool. Perfect. Sleeps 2. All right. But if we did the same thing in Europe, let's see, Budapest, I don't know. 28 to, let's see. Sorry guys, I wish I was a little bit faster at this. This is just kind of me spouting off. God damn, this is a long video. So while that's rolling. So, also, one quick point. If you're 2 friends and you guys both want a bed, it's going to be €10 a night. So that's 20, well, let's say 20, round it up to €21 a night in a hostel bed. In a place like Bangkok, you can get a decent Airbnb for $25. Let's take a look at that. Bangkok, 2 guests, search, whatever. The entire apartment. Ooh, that's super slow. Alright, let's see if they still do it in Europe. Let's see. Right there, 1 room. Oh, so they're still doing the 1 room. Sleeps 1. Nope. You can't do that one. Sleeps 2. There we go. Alright. See, right here. So this single private, they only allow it to sleep 1, and they charge this price. If it sleeps 2, they charge this price. Here's why. Because hostels, they'll charge you double whatever the single room rate is if you have an extra person. So for example, if a private is $25, €25, and I just want to stay there by myself, it's €25. But if I have somebody else with me, they're going to charge me €50 for the same exact room, same exact bed, which I've always found is it's a ripoff. It's a bitter, blatant ripoff. Hold on, let me get back. I'm at Airbnb. So see, right here, private $25, private $26, private $33, 39, blah blah blah. So instead of dealing with this shit, and this is Europe. I didn't even pull up Airbnb for Europe. For in Budapest, a good Airbnb around you about $40. Yeah, give or take about $45. This is a good hotel price. €75 in Budapest is a good hotel price, and they're trying to charge €75 for a fucking hostel bed. Like, nah. I ain't no. All right, so that's one of my big pet peeves on that. I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to close it up here because we're at 25 minutes. My God, I talk too much. So take a look at this. This is one of my favorite hostels in the world. It's Talk Hostel. It's an absolutely brilliant hostel in Barcelona. I love them. You want to go to their website and you want to take a look around. And sometimes places like this have deals. I'm throwing up air quotations. You guys can't see me. Where if you book direct, you get a discount, air quotation. It's usually like maybe €1. You don't get a chance to review the place on HostelWorld, which is the benefit of HostelWorld. And you largely, sometimes it doesn't even come out to be cheaper. Like HostelWorld actually would be cheaper than Talk. So definitely come and check out Talk Hostels and their website. And if you see a place like Maverick City Lodge, which is also one of my favorite hostels, Maverick Lodges. Go to these hostels' websites because the images and the information on the website can be better and different than that's actually on HostelWorld. Maverick City Lodge, and guys, this is a really cool hostel in Budapest. It's probably one of the most neutrally good places I've ever stayed. This is the reception, the lobby area. This is the double room, the private, with the bathroom included. This is the dorms. Now, you guys see these privacy curtains? Oh, God, get back. Well, they're right here, too. These privacy curtains are awesome. Like, if a place has privacy curtains, they automatically get, like, a 10% boost in rating for me. Because these are just a godsend in a hostel. And lockers. These look a little tiny, but they're good lockers. All right. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. If you guys want me to specifically show you how to do something online with another screen capture, I'll be happy to do it. And make sure you guys go check out this. Talk Hostel is actually a fucking brilliant, brilliant tour with 50 Cent. They did a partnership with 50 Cent. And it is absolutely brilliant. Look at like TOC. Let's see. You guys can see it. TalkHostel.com. And it's a brilliant video. It's absolutely brilliant video. So, all right, guys. I'll catch you later. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment below, and let me know what you think. Later.